Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and very good morning to all of you and guys, I believe that all of you are really preparing well for our upcoming examinations, right? So we all know that recently NPS Grade A and Grade B officer exam notification has already been out. So again guys, there as well some kind of current affairs will also be asked. So that's why it is very important for you that you are basically covering the current affairs very well, right? So I hope that I'm audible and visible to all of you guys. If yes, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box. So once again, a warm welcome to all of you in today's CT 360 series session in which we cover the most important GADSI current affairs from the exam point of view. And today we will be covering the current affairs from 16th to 20th of January 2025, right? So all the aspirants who are preparing for RBI, NABARD, SEBI or other banking examinations, let me tell you that this session is going to be helpful for all of you, as we cover the most important GNDSI current affairs here. So if I'm audible and visible guys, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can start with the today's session. So I can see in the chat box, so thank you Guru Raj for confirming the same, and very good morning to all of you who have really joined this today's session. So guys, when I talk about the topics that we are going to cover in the today's session includes SVAMITVA Scheme, National Red Run 2.0 and other important news articles that we are required to cover, right? So let's start and begin the session with the very first news article, which is on the SVAMITVA scheme. So guys, recently basically Prime Minister Modi ji has distributed 65 lakh property cards under the SVAMITVA scheme. So guys, जो property owners हैं हमारे, right, उनको उनके property cards hand over किए हैं मोदी जी ने, right? And these are basically across 10 states and 2 union territories. So guys, again let me tell you that in these sessions I will be covering the information in both Hindi and English language so that it is comfortable for everybody. Okay, so I won't be missing any single point here, right? So when we talk about the SVAMITVA scheme, which was basically earlier launched as in the pilot phase in the 2020, let me tell you that under this scheme over 65 lakh property cards have been recently distributed by Narendra Modi ji. Okay, and these were across 10 states and the 2 union territories. Now you must be having the question that what exactly is the SVAMITVA scheme. So under the SVAMITVA, we are basically distributing the property cards. So basically a property related scheme hogi, right? So let us try to discuss about this scheme. So this basically, first of all, you need to understand that what is the full form of SVAMITVA. It stands for Survey of the Villages. So a survey of the villages will be done and mapping with improvised technology in village areas. So guys, what we will be doing is we will be doing survey and we will be doing the mapping of the villages. As you can see on my left here, that there is a map of one of the village, right? So basically this mapping is really going to help in basically creating a Gram Panchayat development plans as well, and planning also other important things. So this particular scheme was been launched in 2020 across 9 states when we talk about its pilot phase. But on the later on, when we talk about the nationwide rollout, it was launched in year 2021. So 2021 में ये scheme launch हुई थी nationwide अगर हम बात करें, and this scheme was launched under the Ministry of पंचायती राज. ठीक है, तो पंचायत कहाँ होती हैं? They are in the villages, in the rural areas. So Ministry of Panchayati Raj will be playing its role. I believe that this will be very easy for you to retain this, right? So Ministry of Panchayati Raj is the nodal ministry for SVAMITVA scheme. And what we will be doing, as you can see, we will be using improvised technology. We will be using latest technologies in the village areas for this survey as well as the mapping. So basically, which organization will be coming here, guys? There will be another Technology Implementation Agency, and this role will be played by Survey of India. And why? Because we will be doing survey in this particular scheme. Okay? So under the SVAMITVA scheme, we will be doing survey, and across India, what is that organization which do the survey? That is Survey of India. So very important point. So as per the scheme, the target of the scheme was that they are targeting 6.62 lakh villages of entire country from financial year 2021 to 2024-2025. So here the target as well as the timeline is very important, as the target was to cover 6.62 lakh villages of the entire nation. So what we will be doing is we will be doing the survey and the mapping of the villages of all the 6.2 lakh villages in our country, right? So what exactly will be done? Why exactly we are doing these surveys? Why exactly we are doing this mapping? As you must have heard that earlier, when these villagers were going to the banks in order to take the loans, they were not having the proper property cards. That's why they were not able to use their land as a financial asset. That's why it was really required for them कि अगर उनके पास एक प्रॉपर्टी कार्ड रहेगा तो वो वहां पर फाइनेंशियल एसेट के तौर पे उसको यूज कर सकेंगे और साथ ही साथ बैंक से लोन भी ले सकेंगे. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट we were having the inaccurate land records. अब इससे क्या होता था, inaccurate land records से land disputes होते थे. So in order to minimize and to eliminate the land disputes from our nation, so basically SVAMITVA scheme was one of the solution that government has brought up. So when we talk about the objective of the scheme, it basically, the first objective is the creation of land records so that we can do the rural planning and reduce the property related disputes. There are so many property related disputes which are going on. So with the help of SVAMITVA scheme, it is one of the solution in order to get this problem resolved in our nation. So guys, when we will be providing them the accurate land records and then we will be providing the property cards to the property owners, they will be able to use them as a financial asset to take loans. And this is going to bring financial stability in our rural India, right? As they can use their property as a financial asset for taking loans. After that, property tax is also being levied by the government. So determination of property tax was also one of the objective that it is also kind of result which will take place after the SVAMITVA scheme. Then the creation of survey infrastructure and the GIS maps. We will be using latest technologies for surveying and mapping of the rural India. Then support in preparation of Gram Panchayat development plans, because when we will be having a proper land record, we know that okay, at this place in the village we can create this particular unit, at this place we can create a school, at this place we can create a hospital, right? So basically all these things we can plan. So that's why it was really required to have such kind of scheme which can act as a resolution as well for resolving all these kind of land disputes, right? So in order to achieve this part, there are some components that have been set up under the SVAMITVA scheme, which includes establishment of course network. What is the course network? Continuous operating reference system. So there will be a continuous operating reference system under the SVAMITVA scheme. There will be large scale mapping using the drone. So ये जो mapping है, विलेज की मैपिंग कैसे की जाएगी? ड्रोन से, क्योंकि हम सभी जानते हैं आजकल ड्रोन का इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, राइट? तो क्यों ना ड्रोन से हम मैपिंग करें अपने विलेजेस की. So this was also included under the SVAMITVA scheme. Then IEC initiatives, that is information education communication initiatives, तो कि जितने भी beneficiaries हैं उन तक हम communication पहुंचा सके कि this is one scheme which has been launched by the government. You can avail the benefit, how you can avail the benefit, what will be the advantages of that. So all these things will be there. Then enhancement of spatial planning application, that is Gram Manchitra. Then online monitoring system will be there in order to monitor whether all these processes are going well or not. Then documentation support, workshops and exposure visits. So all these are the components of SVAMITVA scheme. I hope that it is very much clear to all of you what are the different components of the SVAMITVA scheme, when it was launched, across how many states it was been launched earlier when it was rolled in the pilot phase. Then after the nationwide rollout, it was rolled out in 2021, right? Under which scheme it is there? So Gram Panchayat कहाँ होती है? Villages में होती है. So Ministry of Panchayati Raj is there. Then what is the technology implementation partner? It is basically what we will be doing under the scheme, the survey and mapping will be done. So survey is being done by Survey of India. So that is the name of the body, which is the technology implementation agency for the SVAMITVA scheme, right? And what is the target? Basically to map down 6.62 lakh villages of the entire nation. तो पूरे country के 6.62 lakh villages को यहाँ पर map down किया जाएगा under the SVAMITVA scheme. ठीक है? So we have discussed the major details of the scheme in the today's session, right? So now let's move on to the next important news article, that is the National Red Run 2.0. So basically to raise awareness about the HIV prevention through the community-based participation, this National Red Run 2.0 was been organized. And which organization organized this run? So it was basically a National AIDS Control Organization and Goa State AIDS Control Society. So why Goa is here? Because Goa was the host state for this particular National Red Run 2.0. So National Red Run 2.0 was being hosted by Goa in Panji in Miramar, and it was a 10-kilometer run which was organized to raise awareness about HIV prevention. Okay? So it is like a kind of utsav which is designed to encourage youth involvement in HIV AIDS prevention and unresolving all the myths, providing safe spaces for the discussion. So this is basically this particular National Red Run 2.0. Now guys, let me tell you that under this particular run, three different categories were being there. And when we talk about these three categories, these are male, female, and the transgenders, right? So under the male category, Kerala, a person from Kerala won the title. Then under the female category, from Chandigarh was the female candidate who won this particular title. Then from the Manipur was there the transgender candidate who has won this particular event, right? So this is all about the National Red Run 2.0 that we are required to remember from exam point of view. Okay. Now moving on to the next part, that is the Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025, which was recently been inaugurated by Narendra Modi ji. And Narendra Modi ji has inaugurated the Bharat Mobility Expo 2025, which is the largest mobility expo in our country, which basically unites all the auto and industrial players in order to, so that they can just sit together and we can also exhibit what are the developments in the Indian automobile sectors, right? So basically this particular expo was being inaugurated in Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, but let me tell you that it was held across three different venues, that is in the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, and Yashobhumi, which is in the Dwarka, then at the India Expo Center in Greater Noida. Okay? So when we talk about this particular expo, it is being conducted with the theme of Beyond Boundaries, Co-Creating Future Automotive Value Chain. Okay? Beyond Boundaries, Co-Creating Future Automotive Value Chain. This is the theme with which this Bharat Mobility Expo 2025 was being held. Now guys, when we talk about this part, it is going to unite entire mobility value chain under the one umbrella. This will be a special emphasis on the global significance with the participation from different countries as exhibitors and visitors. तो यहाँ पर different countries अपना exhibition लगाएंगी. There will be visitors from across the world. They will be staying at one place and they will be discussing all the important opportunities that are also there in the automotive sector. Then when we talk about the organization which is coordinating this particular expo, it is the EEPC, which was established in 1995, right? That is Engineering Export Promotion Council of India. So this is the Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025, which is basically a kind of expo where the exhibitions will be there and visitors will be coming from across the world to attend this particular exhibition. Okay, so the theme we have covered, organizing body we have covered the name of the event. Now let's move on to the next news article. Next news article is from the defense, that is an exercise La Perouse. Okay, so basically INS Mumbai has visited Jakarta, Indonesia, and it is on its way for this particular exercise, that is the La Perouse. This is a multinational maritime exercise, right? So this was hosted by France in the strategic trades of Malacca, Sunda and Lombok, which is between Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Let me tell you that these are the 3 points from where we can enter. These are the 3 points from where we can enter into the Indian Ocean. Okay? So for protection of the Indian Ocean and all the countries which are around, this particular exercise has been conducted, and to basically induce the situational awareness, the maritime situational awareness among all these navies, and so that we can also basically analyze that how much we are able to fight together when if such kind of situation is arise in this particular region. And that's why 9 Indo-Pacific navies has participated in this particular exercise, including India. So guys, when we talk about this particular exercise, so basically what you are required to remember, the host country is France, right? And from India, INS Mumbai has participated. The name of exercise is La Perouse. Then 9 Indo-Pacific countries have participated in this particular exercise. So this is something we are required to cover here. Moving to the next news article. So guys, naming of Jaffna Cultural Center. So guys, recently the Jaffna Cultural Center, which has been created with the assistance of India, it has been renamed in order to honor the Thiruvalluvar, right? So Thiruvalluvar was the Tamil poet and an Indian philosopher. तो उनको यहाँ पर ऑनर करते हुए जाफना कल्चरल सेंटर का को रीनेम किया गया एज अ थिरुवल्लुवर कल्चरल सेंटर. एंड लेट मी टेल यू दैट रिसेंटली ऑन 15th of January, नरेंद्र मोदी जी also inaugurated and celebrated the Thiruvalluvar Day on 15th of January. ठीक है? So when we talk about this particular part, guys, it really shows the bond, heritage and the common things that we are having with the Sri Lanka. Okay, so this is also kind of important news article. So Thiruvalluvar Cultural Center, it has been recently inaugurated, and earlier it was Jaffna Cultural Center. Now it has been renamed. Okay, Let's move on to the next news article, that is on the Gates Cambridge Impact Prize 2025. So recently, a professor from the Raman Research Institute, her name is Professor Urvashi Sinha, she has been awarded with the Gates Cambridge Impact Prize 2025, and she has been honored for her work on quantum computing. Let me tell you that apart from her, there were 7 more winners, and this year we have celebrated 25th anniversary of this Gates Cambridge Impact Prize 2025. And when we talk about the Urvashi Sinha ji, so she was also awarded the prestigious Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar earlier by the Government of India. Okay, so here what is the important thing? The important thing is the name, that is Professor Urvashi Sinha. ये कहाँ से हैं Professor Urvashi Sinha? She is from Raman Research Institute. ये यहाँ पे काम करती हैं, इनको honor किया गया है with Gates Cambridge Impact Award 2025. Okay, let me tell you guys that all these news articles that we are covering, they have been taken from the PIB. So PIB is one of the very important source we all know from the exam point of view. That's why it is very important for you that you are covering these news articles. Okay, let's move on to the next news article, that is the raising day. So National Disaster Response Force, right? So it has celebrated its 20th raising day. ये 2006 के अंदर establish किया गया था as a response to the disaster. It can be the natural disaster or the man-made disaster. Okay, so the 1st Battalion has basically celebrated its 20th raising day on 19th of January. Okay, so it was a specialized response to natural and man-made disasters established in 2006 with 8 battalions. But right now when we talk about this organization, guys, there are 16 battalions under the NDRF. And when we talk about Director General of NDRF is basically Piyush Anand ji. Okay, so this comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and all the important details we have already covered about the NDRF. So whenever you are covering any news article, guys, always try to make sure कि साथ-साथ कुछ static portion को भी cover किया जाए, right? For example, we have covered about the SVAMITVA scheme. The latest data was that 65 lakh cards have been given to the property owners. But we have also covered the background of the scheme, right? So it is very important whenever you are covering the news article, some static information, also try to cover that because it is going to enhance your knowledge. And apart from that, in exam, the question can also be asked from those areas. Okay, let's move on to the next news article, that is on the first Kho Kho World Cup. So guys, the very first edition, the inaugural edition of Kho Kho World Cup has taken place, and India is the country which has hosted the first edition of Kho Kho World Cup. And let me tell you that both the Indian women's team and the men's team has defeated Nepal in order to win the first edition of Kho Kho World Cup. So you can see here, Indian women defeated Nepal by 78-40 and Indian men's team defeated Nepal by 54-36. Okay, when we talk about Indian women's, so Indian women team was being captained by Priyanka Ingle, and when we talk about the men's team, it was captained by Pratik Vaikar. So guys, one more important thing, we have also covered in the previous sessions that who was the ambassador of Kho Kho World Cup. Can anybody tell me in the chat box who was the brand ambassador for the first edition of Kho Kho World Cup? Can anybody tell me that in the chat box? So guys, let me tell you that the person was Salman Khan. So Salman Khan is the brand ambassador of first Kho Kho World Cup which has been hosted in India. Okay, this is the right answer. Now let's move on to next news article, that is on the National Sports and the Adventure Awards 2024. So President of India has recently awarded and given the awards to all the winners of the National Sports Awards and Adventure Awards. Let me tell you that in the City 360 series session of 1st to 3rd of January, we have covered the National Sports Awards in a very detailed manner, right? We have covered all the important winners that you are required to remember from exam point of view. So when we talk about the Adventure Awards, we have not discussed the Adventure Awards. So today I will be discussing Adventure Awards only. So guys, when we talk about the Tenzing Norway National Adventure Awards, जिनको हम पहले National Adventure Awards भी कहते थे, ये एक highest adventure award है in the sports, right? Adventure sports का highest honor है आपका Tenzing Norway National Adventure Award, and it is being given across the 4 different categories, that is land adventure, water adventure, air adventure, and the lifetime achievement. And here when we talk about this year, so Uday Kumar from Bihar has won the Land Adventure Award. Matlab, he has won Tenzing Norway National Adventure Award, right? And in the Land Adventure category. Then Sayani Das has won this in the Water Adventure category. She is from West Bengal. Jithin Vijayan has won the award in the air adventure category and he is from Kerala. Then Umesh Mallikarjun Zarpe has won Lifetime Achievement Award. He is from Maharashtra, right? So very important point. Uday Kumar in the land adventure category. Shayani Das, water adventure. Jithin Vijayan from air adventure and Umesh Mallikarjun Zarpe has won the Lifetime Achievement Award in this particular part. ठीक है, so we have covered all these awards that we are required to remember from exam point of view. ठीक है, और आप भी याद रखिए क्योंकि अभी जो हम क्वेश्चंस यहाँ पे सॉल्व करेंगे तो उन क्वेश्चंस के अंदर we will try to understand and we will try in order to basically identify the right answers. ठीक है, तो वहां पर आपको ये इंफॉर्मेशन काम आएगी फ्रॉम एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ओके, तो एक बार दोबारा से देख लीजिए गाइस, एंड इट इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी कवर्ड. नाउ वन मोर क्वेश्चन इन माय माइंड, दैट कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी on which date we celebrate the National Sports Day? National Sports Day. तो अभी हमने बात की थी किसकी, एडवेंचर अवार्ड की, राइट? तो नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स डे हम कौन सी डेट को मनाते हैं? अभी हमने नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स अवार्ड्स की बात की. नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स डे हम कौन सी डेट को मनाते हैं? इट इज बीन सेलिब्रेटेड एवरी ईयर ऑन 29th of August. Okay, so make sure that it is always recommended to you that you should also cover the static portion of these news articles as well. Okay, so now guys, when we talk about the National Sports Awards, I have already discussed that in my previous session and I have shared the link of the previous session here. You can just click on this particular link and it will directly take you to the previous session, or otherwise you can go to the playlist as well. You can watch the 1st to 3rd January CT 360 series session of 2025 and you will be able to cover all these National Sports Awards for year 2024. I hope this is clear to all of you. So guys, till now, these are the news articles that we are required to cover, right? But let me tell you that there are some few reports which have been released in past few days. So I will be, basically earlier I was trying to cover all those reports in the today's session, but I just thought that why not we are having a dedicated session for these reports. So let me tell you that around 3 to 4 very important reports we will be covering in the next session, which will be conducted on Thursday. Okay, so make sure that on Thursday you are coming here at 7 AM and we will be discussing all those important reports which are required to cover from exam point of view. Guys, very major reports have been come and they have been released, so we are required to cover those reports. So we will be having a dedicated session for those reports. Okay, so now let's start the MCQs here. So very first question is here on the screen for all of you. So kindly try to answer this question. The indigenously designed and built guided missile destroyer INS Mumbai is participating in dash edition of the multinational exercise dash hosted by dash in the strategic states of Malacca, Sunda and Lombok. तो आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है क्या उसका एडिशन है, क्या एक्सरसाइज का नाम है और कौन सी कंट्री इसको होस्ट करेगी. So it will be option B as it is the 4th edition. The name of exercise is La Perouse and France is the country which is hosting this exercise this year. So option B is the right answer. Moving to the next question. Next question is about the inaugural Kho Kho World Cup. So 3 statements are being given. You are required to identify the correct statements. So first statement is Indian women's team defeated Nepal 78-40 to win the title. Absolutely right. Second statement, first edition of Kho Kho World Cup was hosted by Nepal. So guys, I already told you it was hosted by India and not Nepal. So second statement is incorrect. Third statement, Indian men's team captain Pratik Vaikar led the team to victory in the final against Nepal. So this is absolutely right. So what will be the right answer? We are required to identify correct statements. Right answer will be option B, that is 1 and 3 only. Right? Do you agree with me? Right answer will be option B. Absolutely right. So all the people who have answered the question number 2 as option B, guys, please mark +1 in your answer sheet because yes, you have given the correct answer to this question. Now let's move on to the next question. Next question is on the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Awards 2023. तो आपके सामने 3 statements हैं. You are required to identify the incorrect statement. पहली statement, Uday Kumar has won the award for the land adventure. Second statement, Sayani Das has won it for air adventure and Umesh Mallikarjun Zarpe has won the lifetime achievement award. So can anybody identify that which of the following statements are incorrect? कौन सी statement incorrect है? यहाँ पर आपके पास जो target है guys, that is the demand of the question is to identify incorrect statements. So first statement is absolutely right. Uday Kumar has won it for the land adventure. But when we talk about Sayani Das, she has won it in the water adventure. Okay, when we talk about air adventure, it was Jithin Vijayan. So that's why second statement is incorrect. Third statement, Umesh Mallikarjun Zirpe has won the Lifetime Achievement Award. That is absolutely right. So what will be the right answer? If we talk about the incorrect statement, then only 2 will be the right answer. Okay, option D, that is statement number 2 only is the right answer. I can see in the chat box, Gururaj, Neha, both of them has given me the correct answer. Well done, guys. So in the same manner, I just want all of you to answer these questions, because it is really important that we are covering the session, we are retaining the important information, then we analyze that whether we are able to answer the question on the basis of information or not, right? Similarly, I'm having another question for all of you, that is on the SVAMITVA scheme. And the question is, again, you are required to identify the correct statements here, right? So 3 statements are being given. Kindly go through the statement. Very easy question, guys. यहाँ पर काफी easy question मैंने आपके लिए रखा है. पहला statement, नेशन वाइड रोल आउट इसका 2021 में स्टार्ट हुआ था, बिल्कुल करेक्ट है. सेकंड स्टेटमेंट 6.62 लाख विलेजेस को टारगेट करेगा बाय द एंड ऑफ 2025. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट. सो गाइस, वी ऑलरेडी कवर्ड all these statements. So nationwide rollout 2021 में हुआ था, absolutely right. 2025 तक 6.62 लाख villages को cover करेगा, absolutely right. Ministry of Rural Development, guys, absolutely right, है ना? तो Ministry of Rural Development is the nodal agency, nodal ministry for this SVAMITVA scheme. Do you agree with me? Answer is no. I told you, in the villages, these are the panchayats. It is not the Ministry of Rural Development which is responsible. It is the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So do not here get confused with the Ministry of Rural Development. In the exam as well, you will see that there will be a very slight difference or slight change in the statement, and that particular statement will also look good as per the scheme. But no, we have to make sure that yes, we are properly analyzing all the statements and then we are trying to answer the question. So here I can see all the people giving me the right answers. Yes, right answer is option A, that is statement 1 and 2 are absolutely correct here. ठीक है जी, तो एब्सोल्युटली राइट. जिस स्टूडेंट ने यहाँ पर ऑप्शन ए को आंसर किया है, गाइस, यू हैव आंसर्ड द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली. बढ़ते हैं हम अपने होमवर्क क्वेश्चन की तरफ. सो अगर इफ यू आर समवन हु वाज नॉट एबल टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन, डू नॉट वरी, मेरे पास एक होमवर्क क्वेश्चन है. ट्राई टू आंसर होमवर्क क्वेश्चन इन द कमेंट सेक्शन एंड यू विल बी द नेक्स्ट स्टार परफॉर्मर ऑफ द टुडे सेशन. ओके, तो होमवर्क क्वेश्चन की अगर हम बात करते हैं, इट इज ऑल्सो ऑन द स्वामित्व स्कीम ओनली. आपके सामने मेंशन्ड है, आपके सामने क्वेश्चन है कि आपको आइडेंटिफाई करनी है इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. तो इस सेशन के बाद वापस से स्लाइड पे आइएगा एंड ट्राई टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. ओके, एंड लेट मी टेल यू दैट कि आप इससे आप पूरा सेशन रिवाइज करके भी इस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन का आंसर कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, बिल्कुल रेफरेंस लीजिए, देख देख कर आंसर कीजिए. अ टाइम विल डेफिनेटली कम वेरी सून दैट यू विल बी एबल टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चंस विदाउट इवन और रेफरिंग टू द सेशन. ओके, तो अगर हम बात करें इसी तरीके होमवर्क क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस सेशन, द क्वेश्चन वाज ऑन द UDISC प्लस रिपोर्ट. तो हमने पिछले सेशन में भी काफी एक इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट को डिस्कस किया था, दैट इज UDISC प्लस रिपोर्ट. और ये आपके सामने क्वेश्चन था, आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना था करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स. तो यहां पर आपका 1 and 2 इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट, गाइस. तो बेसिकली आपका ऑप्शन ए एकदम करेक्ट है, दैट इज स्टेटमेंट 1 and 2 आर करेक्ट. अगर हम बात करें पीपल टू टीचर रेशियो की, इट वाज 30:1 एंड नॉट द 40:1. दैट्स व्हाई थर्ड स्टेटमेंट वाज इनकरेक्ट. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द स्टार परफॉर्मर्स, गाइस, so I am having a long list of star performers which includes Varmanish, Khushi, Shubham, Babita, Sabyam, Ashish, Suraj, Shailja, Deepti, Dream Master, Pallavi, Aditya, Gururaj, Shruti, Prakash, Shivangi, Aditya, Mitra, Pooja. So all these people are the star performers and that shows their dedication that yes, whatever the question is, we will be resolving it. जितना ही easy question है, कितना ही difficult question है, हम इस question को solve करके रहेंगे. क्या आप में है वो dedication? मुझे बताइए comment section के अंदर comment करके by giving me the answer to the homework question. ठीक है? So I want all of you कि आप भी अगले session के अंदर ऐसे star performers बने. और now guys, if you are still new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And apart from that, if you want to access the PDF of these sessions, please make sure that you are joining the Telegram channel, जिसका लिंक आपको मिलेगा डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर. ठीक है, तो डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर आपको मिलेगा टेलीग्राम चैनल का लिंक, वहां से आप PDF को डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. तो कुछ टाइम में PDF भी अपलोड हो जाती है यहाँ पर, तो काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, काफी सही है आपके लिए कि आपके पास अच्छा सेशन भी है और साथ साथ PDF भी है उसको रिवाइज करने के लिए. ठीक है, अगर आपकी कोई भी क्वेरीज है गाइस, सो प्लीज share your queries in the comment section. आप अपनी queries को chat box के अंदर भी डाल सकते हैं. Apart from that, अगर आपकी query प्रिपरेशन से रिलेटेड है तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में भी डाल सकते हैं या फिर आप हमें शेयर कर सकते हैं hello@edutap.co.in पर, या फिर you can call us at 8146207241. We are here for you. We will be resolving all your doubts and queries from the exam point of view, right? So my dear friends, I am waiting for a response in the chat box. अगर कोई queries हैं आपके, please feel free to share your queries in the comment section. Otherwise, we can conclude this particular session. Okay? So I can see in the chat box that there are no more queries. That means everybody is very much clear with all the things that we have covered in the today's session, but make sure you are giving me the right answer in the homework question. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy, guys. I will be meeting you in the next session with all the important reports that have been released in the month of January. But till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.